Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin made out of model magic, inspired by Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama, who is also called the Princess of Polka Dots. So we are going to make a pumpkin out of the model magic, and we're going to add color with just a regular Crayola marker. You can use any color. Right here I have tiger orange, but you don't have to use tiger orange. You can use any color you want. I have a sharpie to make the dots at the end, the black dots. And I have a pencil which has a point, which I can use to make lines in the pumpkin as well to make it look more realistic. But first, so I'm gonna put these things aside and I'm gonna open up the model magic. So you just pinch this little flap here with these two fingers and this one with these two fingers and open. So it's kind of hard to open if you have a packet like this. And a lot of times model magic comes in white. So that's what mine is. It doesn't always come in white though. So if you have one that's colored, you don't have to add color, but I will show you a trick to add color. So the first thing to do when you get your model magic is to take it out of the package and play with it. That is the first step. Play with your model magic. So that means you can rip it apart, stick it back together, stretch it, roll it, fold it, roll it in your hands, squish it, because we want to warm up the clay with our hands, and that makes it easier for us to make it into what we want. It makes it more pliable, which means more stretchy, more easier to rip or smooth out. So now it's starting to get like a little more like a slimy consistency, which is what I want. So first I'm going to add the color, and I want to add orange to my whole pumpkin, including the stem. If you were gonna add a different color to your stem, you would pick a little bit off and put it aside for the stem, which would end up looking something like this. But I'm gonna just make my whole thing orange because a lot of Yayoi Kusama's pumpkin sculptures are all one color, including the stem, except for the black dots. So first I'm gonna roll my model magic into a meatball, which is just a sphere. I can use my hands to roll it into a meatball. I can use the table to roll it into a meatball. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, because this is not how my pumpkin is gonna stay. It just has to be in a blob so that you can then flatten it on the table. So I'm gonna squish my meatball here, and I'm gonna flatten it out into a pancake. And I'm going to use my fingers to do that and pull away from the middle of the pancake to make it thinner and spread out more. This way I'm going to be able to add a lot of color into my clay to mix it up. So I'm going to stretch it into a thin pancake. You'll see, you don't have to pick yours up, but I'll show you, I'll pick mine up. It's just a thin pancake that I've made here. So I'm gonna just keep it down on the table. It's thin, it's okay if it gets a rip in it, it doesn't matter. This is just how I'm going to add my color. So I have my thin pancake, then I'm going to take my color that I chose, which is tiger orange. You can use any color you want, and I know that this kind of marker works. So you may have other kinds of markers. I don't know for sure what other kinds of markers work for this, but I know that just the good old-fashioned Crayola works. So I'm gonna take off the cap and put it on the top so I don't lose it. And then I am going to just press little dots, not hard because I don't wanna jam the tip of my marker up and ruin the marker. And I'm not gonna scribble color because that for some reason dries out the marker too and makes it not work quicker. So I'm just gonna make as many of these little marks as I can. So it kind of looks like I'm adding chocolate chips to my pancake. And I want to put as many chocolate chips in here as I can. If you're using blue, I like to say you're adding blueberries. This is orange, which I'm not really sure what you would add to a pancake that is this shape and would be orange. Chocolate chips would be brown, but close enough. So I am adding chocolate chips, even though they're orange, to my pancake, and I want to use as many chocolate chips as I can because I want this to be as brightly colored orange as I can make it. So I am going to keep trying to cover up as much of this white space as I can so I can make it nice and bright. Now, every time you mix a color with white, you get a lighter version of that color. So though I'm using kind of a darkish, brightish orange, when I mix it with all this white clay, it's going to turn a lighter version of orange, almost maybe a little darker than a peach color. So if you wanted yours to be red and you used a red marker, it's not really going to turn red. It's going to turn more pink because you are mixing it with the white clay. And red and white mix pink. So if you're using blue, it's going to turn a light blue. If you're mixing purple, it's going to turn a light purple. Same with green, yellow, or peach. Those colors, it's really hard to see those colors when you mix it into the white clay. So you might have to repeat this process a bunch of times in order to get a brighter color when you're using a light color like yellow. But this one, I should be able to get pretty bright just with this one time. So it's okay if I'm not filling in all the spots. I am just going until I fill up most of the white. And that's pretty good. So you can see in some places I still have white showing. In some places I used a lot of marker. It's not really going to matter in the end because I'm going to mix it up. So I covered most of my pancake with chocolate chips that are orange. Now I'm going to put the cap on my marker, and I am done with my marker. So I'm going to put it aside. Now I could just pick this up with my hand, but this is wet marker and I don't want my whole hand to turn orange. So the best way to mix this marker in is not by just grabbing it like this, but actually by either rolling it up like a taco, or it's not going to really unroll, or you could just fold it up like this so that the color is inside. So you're putting your hand only on the white part, not right on the color. So try to just squish it so that all the color is inside. You still see a little bit, but at least that won't get on my hands too much. So I put all that orange color in, and now it's mostly inside this white ball. But when I start to stretch it out and rip it apart and stick it back together, all that orange is going to mix in to the white clay. But it's not going to get on my hands as much as if I just touched all that wet marker. So that's why I put the wet marker part inside before I mix. I also have black paint on my hands because I have been making things today. So just ignore that. It's dry. Probably going to get more black on my hands in a second. So now though I used tiger orange, it mixed with a white clay and it is turning into what looks like pumpkin pie maybe, which is cool because I'm making a pumpkin. So I want to wait till it's all mixed in. Sometimes it looks cool, like before you mix it all in, it starts to look swirly, which is nice, but as it dries, as the Model Magic dries, that swirl kind of just like blends together and moves and goes away, turns into just an orange. So I like to mix it all in together. So this is my whole pack of Model Magic, and I have it in a blob here. But I know I want a stem. So I'm just gonna pinch a little bit off for the stem, and I'll just this little bit like a bean. And so I'm just gonna put that down because I don't need that right away. I'm gonna save that to the side, just that little bit. And then I have most of my clay here that is in a blob. So now I'm gonna roll it back into a meatball how I did at the beginning. So I can roll it with my hands, gently pressing it because I want to smooth out all of the lines where it folded. Now, if you've ever been to a pumpkin patch, you'll notice that there is no such thing as a perfect pumpkin. No pumpkin is perfectly symmetrical. There are some that are a little lopsided. Some pumpkins are taller, some pumpkins are like short and squat like this. Some are like this and are more oval and taller. So you can choose what shape you want to make your pumpkin. You could even make it a square pumpkin if you want. There is a cool book about a square pumpkin. I'm just gonna make mine be like, how about like this? So it's kind of short and wide. So this is like the side of my pumpkin. And then this will be the bottom and this will be the top. So I'm gonna just put it down here on the table. And then I'm gonna get my stem here and I'm gonna roll this into a little ball. And then with my 2 fingers, I'm gonna roll it into a little hot dog like this. That looks pretty good. I can squish it down a little shorter. And I'm gonna stick this stem on top of my pumpkin. My nails made a mark, so I'm gonna try to smooth that out. And I wanna make sure that's stuck down good. So if I was using regular clay, I would have to do what's called slip and score, which means I would make little lines under the stem and then paint some watery clay on it to make this stick. But Model Magic, you don't have to do that. You can just stick it on there and it should stick pretty well. So here, I could just keep this pumpkin just like this. This is a perfectly acceptable pumpkin. But now I actually want to take my pencil that I have here, just a regular pencil. And pumpkins, they have lines that come down on them. So I'm gonna use the point of my pencil, and I'm not using it to draw on the pencil, draw on the pumpkin. I'm just using it to make an indent where I want there to be lines. So I'm gonna use the tip of my pencil and I'm gonna start up here and I'm gonna just push it down and I'm gonna just move down a little bit and make a mark and move down a little bit and make a mark. Down a little bit, make a mark. So it's making like some marks on it from the pencil, like that silvery color. But I'm not really trying to do that. I'm trying to just make it look like it has like an indent there. And now I want to do that all the way around my pumpkin. So I could just continue it over here on this side. You could also use a toothpick for this, or a plastic knife, or scissors. I just grabbed whatever was around that was easiest to get to, and that was a pencil. So now I have one down this side, one down this side. Maybe I'll just keep going so that it's symmetrical, which means the same on both sides. I'm not really worrying about the bottom though, because the bottom is just gonna be flat. So there's my indent for that one. You can squish it a little bit too to make that line show up more. And then I can, over here, do one. I can use the table if I want to smush it down a little bit more. More lines, another one here, right in the middle of this shape. One here. Oops. So do it carefully, but again, there's no such thing as a perfect pumpkin. So it's okay if it's a little wonky. I want to make sure these lines are like an even amount of space all the way around. So I don't have like one that's really big and then some like narrower ones. I'm gonna try to squish back into that. I could probably do one here in the middle of this shape. Kind kind of lost this one a little bit. So the more you play with it, the more smoothed out it's going to be. You might have to go back and fix some parts. So here's my lines. This one got a little too smooth. I want to stick that back in there. And I have some that are a little bit bigger than others. Some of these sections are a little bigger than some other ones, but I think that looks pretty good. So now I have my pumpkin. I have the lines in it to make it have a texture because it's like groovy. It has grooves. I'm gonna try to fix this one a little bit. Kind of got smushed. There we go. Okay. All right, now I have my pumpkin. And I would let this dry so that it gets hard before I do the dots, but in the interest of this video, I'm gonna show you how to do the dots while it's still wet. And you can do that as long as you're careful. So there's my pumpkin. I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna put it aside. Now I have a Sharpie. It is a fine point Sharpie. It's just a regular old Sharpie. And so the way that Yayoi Kusama does her dots is she has the biggest dots that go straight down the middle of each of these sections. So that's how I'm gonna start. So I can just take my Sharpie and I can just make dots down the middle of a section like this. And then the next one, probably fit one more down there. This one. I'm gonna try not to touch the Sharpie when it's wet too, or I'm gonna get more black on my fingers. And Sharpie doesn't come off right away, so I'd rather not have Sharpie tattoos on my fingers for a couple days. So when you're using a Sharpie, always try not to draw on yourself or anyone else. All right, so I have finished doing my dots down the sides of my pumpkin. Yayoi Kusama also does the stem, so I'm gonna do some dots on the stem as well. I can fit a little bit more right there. And then maybe I'll put one on the top, just for fun. And now I'm finished with my Yayoi Kusama Model Magic pumpkin.